All right, today is October 10th. So we have 21 days left of the month. I kind of feel like I'm behind the eight ball for some reason. Usually farther along in Success Club and all that, but that's okay. I feel like it's just October. But we have a lot of really great things going on. The Clean Week, like seriously, like almost I wouldn't say almost everybody I've talked to, but a lot of people I've talked to are like, where do I sign up? Like within like 5 seconds of the conversation, like, how do I do this? How do I do this? And I think with our group, if we really, really pour a lot into it, then we're going to get a lot of people who are going to want to commit to longer than the 7 days. So yes. I'm really, really, really excited about that. I feel like, again, these are going to be transitional people who are going to turn into customers and then eventually coaches. So really, really, really excited and doing this maybe every single month. Again, it's an easy way to get people exposed to it. So it's brilliant. We've got, I think, 30 people in our group right now, which is great. So really excited about that. Obviously, the UK launch is next week. I think it's 18th or the 19th.
19th.
So 19th. Awesome. So, get out there and figure out who your UK people are, or have people refer your UK or people to you. And eventually the leads are going to start coming through the lead wheel, which is really, really exciting. So focusing on getting to Success Club if you can. If that's your goal, then that's going to be an ongoing result of getting leads from the brand new expansion, which is really exciting. So thrilled about that. So another thing that I've gotten several messages and inquiries about is the fact that our team is on track for Premier or Elite. So, and for me, honestly, it was shocking when I started getting emails and different ranks and different things saying that we were on track, but we have work to do in order to make it happen. And I know several of you said, let's do it. And I don't think it would be fair if I didn't share with you what we need to do in order for that to happen. So point-wise, we're on track, but we have to up our Success Club. We have to up our volume a certain level and bring on new customers and obviously teammates. So that's natural progression in our business anyway. It's not rocket science. We know that if we're wanting to build our business, that is what we naturally need to be doing anyway. So that's just putting it out there. If we do want to make it happen, I feel like as a team effort, we can. We really, truly can. Again, it's shocking to me because it's been a challenging year. So the fact that we're on track when last year we weren't, at this point in time, I was like, throw my hands up in the air. Like, I don't even care. Like, we're not even going for it because we're not even on the map. This year we are. This year, we, out of 373,000 coaches, we're in the 200-ish range. So for me, it's like, why not push for it? Because pushing for it is going to push you and your business. It's going to push our team to different levels, and it's a win-win for everybody. And I feel like after such a challenging year, at the end, we can say, we freaking did that, right? We did that. So on top of, yeah, like seriously, it's like, crazy. It really is crazy. So I feel like, again, if we push ourselves further, how cool would it be like being the top 100 or something like that? So so that has to happen more of Success Club. Mainly the volume. I mean, Success Club is good, but volume, like not even focusing necessarily always on challenge packs or whatever, just helping people with other things, with on-demand, with everything we have to offer. Another thing which is a struggle right now, not I would say a struggle, but rank advance. So we haven't been rank advancing very much, and I haven't a lot, really, truly, it's just kind of been, let's call it what it is. I mean, it hasn't been happening, and that's okay if that's not what you want. And I'm never going to push goals on anyone at all, ever. But if you want to be a part of this push for Premier or Elite, we do need at least 2 brand new diamond coaches. We also need other people who have been diamonds in the past to get back to that rank, or just brand new diamond coaches. So for Premier, we need at least 2 brand new diamonds, and then a few others to regain. And again, you guys do not feel pressure. If it doesn't happen, I'm not going to get upset at all. I'm just putting it out there because it wouldn't be fair if I just sat on my hands and didn't share with you what it is our team could potentially do, right? So, and for Elite, it's the same thing. We need 2 brand new and probably a handful of either new or other coaches who have either fallen and they want to get back to diamond. So if this is something you want to work with me on, let me know. If not, no worries. But if you do, let's do it. Seriously, there's no reason that our name should not be on the Beachbody radar. For them to say, who the heck is Posh Empire? Who are these people? We want to hear from them. What are they doing, right? There's no reason why one of us shouldn't be on the next national wake-up call. Like, really, truly, I am in the Roundtable group, which used to be The Wall, and it's corporate sponsored, and it's 5-star and above. And there's this thread that blew my mind. It was Andrea, what is her last name? Sorry, brain freeze. She posted, post below if you are in the Million Club, meaning that you've reached the level of at least $1 million in earnings throughout your Beachbody career, and share like what it is that is normal, or not even normal, but how normal all of these people are, right? Like this whole long thread of just normal people that you don't even hear about, like, because they're doing their own thing. They don't care about recognition. They don't care about all that. They're just head to the grindstone and just busting tail because they are passionate about this mission. So it just got to me, like, we have so much limiting beliefs in ourselves. I know that we do. Like, I know that I do. I know that you guys do, because the limits are like, there are no limits, right? So we put a cap on what we feel like we should be at, or what we should be doing, and where we could be. And where we could be is wherever the heck you want to be. So read, and I actually need to take screenshots of these things, because it's single women. There's dads who have 5 kids, that work 70 hours a week. Like, there's a long thread of people who could have had all these reasons why they didn't have or shouldn't have had success, but they have. And it's mind-blowing to me. And I'm like, #goals for everybody on this team to be on that thread. So I'm fired up. Obviously, I'm sweating right now. I don't know why. But I just feel like we've got so much momentum in all we've got going on, despite all the challenges we've had this past year. So I'm really, really excited about the rest of the year. I feel like we can do amazing things if we just really, really just work for it. And so I don't know if you saw, I'm going to see Dani Johnson this coming weekend. If you don't know who she is a motivational speaker. She's actually wrote the book, this right here. This was my second or third book, PD book. And I remember reading it on vacation, and I had so many aha moments, and it was like, you could either be 98% of the population, or you could be like 2% of the population. Which one do you want to be? And I'm like, I want to be the 2%, the one that's like, that has success, and the one that does things that they want to do in life. And that hit me really, I don't know. And I really wanted to get to an event outside of Beachbody. I've done a lot of Eric Worre stuff, but I wanted to do something different this year. And I kept getting, in the past couple of days, I kept getting this email from smartnetworker.com saying, there's an event in Atlanta that starts on Saturday morning and goes through Monday night. And it's for removing the the beliefs that you can't do things and that sort of thing. And she's very spiritual, so I feel like it's aligned with, my beliefs and that sort of thing. But then the Sunday is all about network marketing and, building your brand and all that sort of thing. So anyway, it wasn't cheap, and it's going to require me to stay in Atlanta the entire weekend. I live in the suburbs, but going back and forth was not ideal. So I have a hotel room where the event is. I'm spending Friday night through Monday night away from Paul and the baby because I feel like I want to grow and I want to be better and I want to help you guys be better and be a better leader and just have our team just explode. So I'm excited to do something outside of the leadership event and for Beachbody is in November. So I could have just gone to that and called it a day, but I don't know. I'm on a rampage and this isn't what the team call is about. So we're 15 minutes in and I haven't even gotten to our sorry. So, okay. So the whole talk about growing your team and that sort of thing was that I saw a video in the Roundtable group of Keith Callahan, who is a male, right? We typically think males can't, or males feel like they can't succeed in this business, but there are a lot of males that do, like a lot. They run under the radar. You don't know their names because they work towards volume and income and don't really care necessarily about rank. So I saw the video. It's not that long, but it's really, really great in the fact that we're going into the fourth quarter. And this is the toughest quarter, ideally, for coaches because people don't give a about their health and fitness too much right now. That doesn't mean we don't invite them. It doesn't mean we don't still love them. It doesn't mean that we don't continually share because there are people who will. But now's the time to actually start planting seeds and inviting to the opportunity because come December, January, February is when they need to be on board if they want to do this. So he did an amazing video, and obviously he has massive success on his team and in his business, and I felt like sharing it with you guys and getting a little bit of feedback from you. So let me share my screen. Yeah. Okay. So he is.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome.
Can you guys hear?
My name is Keith Callahan, and today I'm going to be
talking about awesome. Thank you.
Two things. Hey, Lizzie. The first thing I'm going to be talking about sharing the business opportunities specifically with Beachbody. But more specifically than that, I'm really going to dive into the power of the power of the fourth quarter. So traditionally in Beachbody, the fourth quarter, and even in the fitness industry, so the fourth quarter, what happens is things get slower, things slow down, and we see sales dip, we see engagement dip, we see, people, they're just less focused on their own health and fitness. And the reason for that, also, I just want to make sure, guys, you can hear me all right? Just give a thumbs up or whatever, yes, no, make sure you can hear me all right. So what happens traditionally in the fourth quarter with Beachbody is we see this big dip in business, and it's because we've got the holidays. So we've got the kids go back to school, the weather starts getting cooler, we've got Halloween that comes up, we've got football season, we've got Thanksgiving, then we've got Christmas, so we've got all the holidays, right? So again, what traditionally happens during the fourth quarter is that we see this huge dip in business. And what I want to talk to you about today, I want to talk to you about how to share the business opportunity, but specifically for the fourth quarter, because what we've seen in our team, so I've been a coach for 7 years, this is going on my 8th year, every single fourth quarter, when everybody else is seeing a dip, this is go time for us. So this is the time that we're dialed in, we're fired up, everybody else is seeing a dip, because here's what's happening. Everybody else is focused on paddling upstream. And what's paddling upstream in this business in the fourth quarter? Everybody's just super focused on the business as usual, right? We're focused in on getting our challenge groups up and running, and we're focused in on getting people healthy and fit, which isn't something that we want to stop. But here's like psychologically where people are at. You're paddling upstream when you're trying to continually push and push and push, and you're trying to just get through this fourth quarter, and you're trying to just survive it because people aren't interested and people aren't engaged and people aren't purchasing, and they're telling you that, you know, and it builds, you know, September, the end of September is slowing down, and then October gets slow, and then November it's really slow, and December, what everybody's telling you, right? What's everybody telling you in December? Yeah, right. They're telling you that once the holidays are over, once January comes, once the new year comes, I'm going to go and get back in shape, right? So this is what we've focused on instead of constantly trying to paddle upstream. Here's what I've always focused on, what our team has always focused on. We've literally had the most growth, not in volume, but what we focus on in the fourth quarter is we're laying a foundation for the rest of next year. And what we focus on is literally, so just take one step back. I believe that this business is built in 30, 60, or 90-day increments. So what we do is we're going to take a 90-day increment. We're going to take the fourth quarter, again, traditionally October, November, December, and we're going to have a single-minded focus on our team. And I recommend you do this with your team. It's proven. This has worked year after year after year. And our single-minded focus is going to be on this. It's going to be on bringing people in to work this business so they're ready for the surge come January. And I'm going to give you just a brief little overview, and then I'm going to go through step by step by step exactly how to do this. So the brief overview is, here's your messaging. Everybody knows that come January, what's going to happen? Everybody's going to, so if you're talking to a prospect and you're talking to them and you're letting them know, listen, we're looking for people to be with us come January. I'm looking for people to get up and running and get trained come January, because come January, you know what's going to happen, right? We're going to get this massive influx of people who want to get healthy and fit. And what we do is we connect them with programs and we connect them with our products. But if you want to be in on that, I need to get you signed up now so we can get you up to speed come January, right? So someone's like, yeah, that's great. I want to get signed up. Let me do it. How do I get started? Here's what most coaches would do. They're going to get them started, starting a challenge group and all that. No, not yet. Get them started by getting them to do the exact same thing that you just did. Get them started by talking to their friends, get into their network and talk to their network about the exact same thing. You know what's going to happen in January? We're looking for people that want to get set up, right? And then we're still doing our same thing. When somebody's getting started, we're tapping into, what's up, Adam? Hey, Tracy. Hey, Beth. Hi, Lizzie, Michelle. So when someone's getting started, right, we're going to be doing two things. We're going to be getting them started by having them start presenting the business opportunity, but they're also going to be on their own journey. They're going to be working on their health and fitness if they haven't been yet. Does this make sense so far, guys? Thumbs up, yes, maybe? All right. Hopefully this works. I am going to switch over to show my screen because I want to dive into this. Before I do that, though, I just want to say that I'm about to give you the how-to. This is the how-to that we've done it on our team. This is the how-to that we're going to focus on and do over the next 3 months. Here's the deal, though. If you're not enthusiastically going about this, if you're not attacking this, if you don't believe in this opportunity, if you don't believe in what you're talking about, people aren't going to follow you. So if you haven't yet, on September 6th, so if you go back to my page and you look at the video from September 6th, I talked about getting into your power. Super, super, super important. In order for this to work, you have to be in your own personal power. Another thing that I want to mention real quick, going to keep mentioning this over and over, every single weekday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So that's 6:30 in the morning Pacific time. I'm going to be going live on here with a training about Beachbody coaching. It's either going to be a mindset training or a step-by-step how-to training, just like this. All right, so let me go ahead. Let me pull up my screen, see if this works. Hopefully it does. All right, give me 1 second here, guys. I've got my second computer here that I'm looking at. All right, I think this is working. Let me just check one more thing here and then get rolling with this. All right, so I am going to start from the beginning here. And really, I'm just going to go through. If you can't see this, or actually, even if you can see this, if you go to keithcallahan.com/sharebizup. So it's right in the description of this live video. So if you just click on that link, it'll actually give you a thing that I'll email this specific post to you. So this is on the website, but it's not a public post on the website. So again, if you go to keithcallahan.com/sharebizup, and then Adam or Tracy or anybody who's on right now, if you're willing, if you go to that and just fill in the thing, just let me know. Make sure that it emails to you okay, just so I know that everybody's able to get it. So I'm going to go ahead. I am going to get started and just start going through this. So again, this is go time with this process, with this opportunity, with what I'm about to teach you. This is go time in the fourth quarter. So again, we want to turn, everybody's looking at the fourth quarter as, okay, this is the time when it gets slower. This is the time when volume goes down. This is the time when signups go down, like all that stuff. I want you to shift your mindset to this is go time, right? So I'm going to start, for new coaches or those considering becoming a Beachbody coach, the idea of signing others to become a coach is enticing, but there's usually so much self-doubt and confusion around whether or not you can do it and how it all works, right? And the most important thing for you to know, like you're on this, maybe you're a coach who hasn't had much success in this business. Maybe you're considering becoming a Beachbody coach and you're really, you're unsure of whether or not this is going to be something that you're going to be able to do. And I'm here to tell you that you can do this. I don't care what your background is. I don't care how much success you've had in this business up to this point. If you follow this system, it will work for you, right? If you follow this system, it will work. So again, it's my 9-step system, and it's outlining exactly how I went about this, exactly how I'm going to go about doing it again. This time, exactly how I've gone about doing it in the past. Hey, Jesse, how are you? All right, so step number 1, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create your master list. So again, if you are just jumping on, you can go to the link right in the description of this live video. It'll give you this blog post that we're talking about. This is something that I just shared with the team. It's not a public post on my website. So go to that link and we'll get you on here. Right. So step 1 is you want to create your master list. So creating the master list is what's happened, and I feel like this is basic stuff. And I feel like a lot of coaches, we watch these coaches in the top 10, and we see this massive attraction marketing. We see them absolutely crushing it, and they have these huge followings, and they're signing up these huge amounts of people. I've never been able to do that, guys. So I'm giving you something that works for everyone. I don't care what your past is. I don't care how good you are on social media. I don't care. Like, this works for you. And the first thing is creating your master list. So the easiest way to create your master list, you can just click on this little button right there, is going to your memory jogger. So you can open that up, you can go through the memory jogger. What I also do and really focused on, and one of the ways that I created my master list even before this, was I would go through Facebook, and you know how Facebook recommends people that you might know? I would literally go through that, and that's how I rebuilt my master list, even in the beginning, even before going through and doing the memory jogger. So I got this big, huge master list. The second thing that you're going to want to do is you want to print out the tenon playlist. I don't think I have it. I think it's down here a little bit further. Let me just take a look. I thought I had it on here. Oh, tenon playlist. Yeah, it's going to be underneath step number 6. You don't need that yet, but you're going to need it. So the 2 lists that we focus on are the master list and the tenon playlist. So again, creating your master list starts with going through your memory jogger. And don't get concerned. What I want you to do with your memory jogger, get everybody you possibly know on there. Get every single person that you've come into contact with. Like, get every name on there, and don't worry yet about what you're going to say to these people. Here's another thing to add to your master list. All the people that you've talked to in the past, especially if you've been doing Beachbody for a while, all the people that you've talked to in the past about this that maybe haven't been ready, and all of your past customers. Like, go through all the customers that you've had with Beachbody. Go through all the people who have been in your challenge groups, even people who have canceled. So you want this big, huge, massive list, right? All right, so the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to break down our master list, right? So step number 2, breaking down our master list. When you're breaking down your master list, so you've created it, and what I want you to do is go through each of the names, and I want you to put a number 1 through 3 next to each name. All right? This is super simple. Ones are the people that you'd absolutely love to work with, right? These are the people on your list that are like you, and really you'd love to have them on your team. You can see them. You're not intimidated by them. And you can see them both loving and doing well with the business. So those are the ones. These are the people who you can't really see doing this business at all, just for one reason or another. Beachbody just doesn't seem like the fit for them. This is like my parents, just people that it's not the right fit for them. My parents aren't the right fit for this. So those are the 2s. 3s are people who you really look up to. Like, these are the people who you're most likely, like, you're afraid to talk to about this business because you really think that they're not going to take you seriously. And you may have a lot of 3s, right? It would be amazing to work with them on your team, but you just don't see it happening. So the first step is you're going to be creating this master list. And don't do all this right now, guys. So I'm giving you the outline. You're going to go back and do this work. And you shouldn't take more than a day to go through this first part. Here's what most people do is they're going to go through their master list, and they're going to take a month to do their master list and a month, to break it down. That's procrastination. That's not, kind of avoiding the actual work. Here we go. Step 3. Everybody gets nervous here. Step 3 is we're going to make initial contact with those on my master list. So before we go into what to say and how to invite them, I want to touch on a few different ways that I like to get in touch with people and the weight that I put on these few different ways. So the first way is face-to-face, and I'll be honest, the more we get into our social media world, the less and less people are doing this, and it's just, this is the way I want to do it if possible. Like 100% if possible, I want to be face-to-face with someone. I want them to be able to feel my enthusiasm, my excitement, my passion about this, right? Second way, if I can't get face-to-face with someone, is I want to get them on the phone. The third best way is text. The fourth best way is Facebook or any other social media or direct message. And then really the final way is email. And really the way that I'm looking at this, like I'm looking at it that I want to move them up a ladder. Maybe I start with getting back in contact over Facebook, or maybe I only have their email address, or maybe I only have their text information. So that's how we start getting in contact. But I ultimately want to get to the point that we're talking on the phone or we're talking face to face. Not that we're presenting the business opportunity to them, but that's how I want to communicate with them. So most of us hide behind our social media. We hide behind our email. And in all honesty, again, go back to that other video that I talked about. If you go to the September 7th video that I did, talking about how to go from mediocre coach to rock star coach overnight by getting in your power. Like if you're afraid to do these things, you got to watch that video because you have to be in your power in order to do this. Make sense? All right. So here's the simple process of what I want you to say when you're reaching out. So the first thing is you're really just reconnecting. So whether it's 1, 2s, or 3s, you're reconnecting. Let them know that you have something that you want to talk to them about. But first, ask some open-ended questions. What have you been up to? What have the kids been up to? What type of work are you doing? Just talk to them on a human level, not on a robotic level, not on a level that you're trying to sell them. Just reconnect. Like, get that in your mind. Okay, first thing, just reconnect. Let them know, listen, there's something I wanted to talk to you about, but hey, how you been? What's going on? What's going on in your life? So number one is we're reconnecting. Don't treat them like a prospect. Don't treat them like somebody that you're trying to sell something to. And again, if you haven't gone to it yet, if you don't know, like check out the forming document. Check out our forming document that we have with Beachbody, because that's what we're doing in this step. Right, step number 2, after you've reconnected with them, you want to make the following simple statement to them. And you can really reword this to fit how you talk. But here's what I'm basically doing. So for ones, again, reword this as to how you would talk. So for ones, remember that ones, these are the people that you'd love to work with and you can actually see yourself working. So for the ones, we're going to say something like, listen, I'm sure you've been wondering what I wanted to talk to you about. I'm not sure if you know, but I just signed up to be a Beachbody coach. Here's where I would insert. So this is just generic wording that we use with our team. But here's where I would insert the piece about what's happening. Listen, I'm not sure if you know, but we've got this massive influx of people. Like, I'm going to need help come January because of everything that's going on. And again, this is the wording that I use. This is for a brand new coach. I'm really new to this whole thing and just getting my feet wet. Listen, I've been wondering if you to help me out. Would you be willing to check out blank? Yeah, I'm not looking for you to sign up or anything. Here's how I do it in the fourth quarter. Listen, you know what, Joe? I'm sure you're wondering what I wanted to talk to you about. That we're in the fourth quarter of 2017, in the beginning of 2018. It happens to me every single year. We're going to have this massive rush of people that are looking to get healthy and looking to get fit. And I'm looking for people that want to partner with me. I'm looking for people that would be interested in a business opportunity. Do me a favor. Would you be willing to check out blah, 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 blah? We're going to talk about the different things that you can send people to, but that's it, right? Does this make sense here? And to sum it up, like what you're really asking them is, maybe this might be for you. Check this out. Maybe this might be for you. Make sense? All right. For the 2s, what you're really doing, again, I'm not going to go through this whole part. You get the point now. You understand. But what you're basically asking for the 2s is maybe you know someone who this might be for. So for the 2s, I'm doing the same thing. It's the fourth quarter of 2017 and 2018. We just get bombarded with people that are looking to get healthy and fit, I'm looking for people that I can partner with. I'm looking for people that I can get up and running and trained in the end of this year, so they're ready for the beginning of 2017. Do you know anybody? Do you know anybody who this might be good for? Right? It makes sense. Like, you're getting that. And again, you're not looking for them to sign up or anything like that. Like, that's the whole message here with 1 through 3s. Would you be willing to check this out? Like, that's what you're asking them. Do you know somebody who would be willing to check this out? And for the 3s, again, these are the people who you're just nervous about, and what they're someone you look up to. There's someone that, you don't see yourself being able to work with because they're a little above you in business, right? That's what it is. So what you're really doing here is saying, I know this isn't for you, but what do you think about it? And if you like it, do you know anybody who this might be good for? Right? You're getting that understanding, right? So we're in the 4th quarter. We're going to be talking about the business opportunity. We have all these people that we can reach out to. You have an unlimited amount of people that you can reach out to, even the people that you think that would never do this, because here's what we're doing, guys. We just want a continuous stream of people to put this in front of. For the people that we want to put it in front of, that we think would be good with this and we can see working with them, we want to put this in front of them. For the people like my parents who they're never going to do this, Mom, Dad, do you know anybody who might be good with this? Oh, this person, that person, that person. Okay, now I'm going to go to this person, that person, that person, and say, hey, my mom just said that I should talk to you about this. I've done this, guys. I've signed people up. We have coaches that are diamonds and star diamonds and 5-star diamonds because of following this system. But you got to do it. You got to do the work. It's 2 things. You got to do the work, and you got to be in your power when you're doing it, right? It's go time. 4th quarter is the best time to be building a business with Beachbody because it's such an easy sell. In January, this is going to take off. Do you want to be a part of it? Done. There's your sell. So the third-party tools that we send, my boy Mike Ryan, I hope you're watching this, Mike. So the Introducing a Team Beachbody video, I always specifically looked for Mike's video. But I love this. It's a short video that goes through and talks about it's a video produced by Beachbody that gives a great overview of the entirety of coaching, right? The second thing is sending them to your team's sneak peek. Like, if you guys do a sneak peek, but here's one thing that I would recommend. If you guys are doing sneak peeks, get the wording, get the 4th quarter wording that you're looking for people for the rush in the beginning of the year. Like, implement that, insert it into what you're talking about right now. And then the other thing, this is what we use on our team, is I've actually personally done a podcast called All About Beachbody Coaching Podcast. So you can use that. So there's all the links there. The thing that I like about the podcast, and this is one that we use a lot, is because they can do something else. It's a ton of information, but I can tell them, listen, when you're driving down the road, when you're mowing the lawns, when you're folding laundry, just pop your earbuds in and just listen to a few. You don't have to be completely present. Just let it be kind of background noise when you're doing something else. So whatever it is, whatever you're using for your third-party tools. All right, guys, here's where here's where the magic is. Here's where most people don't continue to do the work. If they've gotten the courage up, if they've talked to people, if they've gotten them into the sneak peek or gotten the third-party tools into their hands, here's where most people fall off, and it's in the follow-up. And I'm asking you, please do your follow-up like this. Follow up when you said you were going to follow up. And here's what you want to focus on. First, I want you to figure out what they liked. Just focus on the part they liked and not on anything else. And take notes on this. Like, pull it out. What did you like about this? What did you like about that? When do you see yourself doing this? Find all that information out, right? What they liked. Second, after talking about what they liked, I want you to ask them, if this was something you wanted to do, what type of reservations would you have? So you want to take notes on that. And remember, don't try to answer all this stuff right away. Just take notes. So we want to know what they liked, and we want to know what reservations they had. All right? That's all we're looking to do. So after you've discovered what they liked and what reservations they have and what questions they have, just thank them for taking the time and ask if it'd be okay for you to follow up. All right. So boom, now we've got someone, they've watched this, there's some interest, like you've taken them from somebody that was a prospect, now they're somebody who's a highly qualified prospect because they've gone through, they've watched this, and now what we need to do is we need to get a decision out of them. We need to get a decision. Are you on board? Do you want to run with me in this fourth quarter? Do you want to get ready, get signed up, get trained so you're ready to go in the beginning of 2018? And that's where our tenant playlist comes in. Here's an important note on the tenant playlist. Like, this is a whole separate training.
What list?
But for your tenant playlist, I want to get 10 people on there, and then I don't want more or I don't want less. If I got an 11th person that's coming on, that means I have to bump somebody off. So I want people on my tenant playlist, and here's what we're doing. Here's the biggest mistake that people have. They have people on their tenant playlist forever. I want you to get 10 people on your tenant playlist, and I want you to get them off as soon as possible. How do you get them off? You get a yes or no answer from them, right? You get a yes or no answer for them. All right, where are we here? All right, so step number 7, we need to educate people. So how do we work with these people on our tenant playlist, right? First, we begin by simply educating them. We refer back to those 2 lists, the parts that they liked and the questions that they had, and we're going to educate them with those specific things. We provide additional resources for the parts that they liked. Again, for example, if they liked passive income, we could share a video about the team cycle bonus. If they like the trips, if they like the helping other people, if they like the income, like whatever it is, let's get more stuff into their hands to enhance what they liked. We also take the time to answer the questions that they have. So again, we use the Beachbody Coaching Podcast, your team's Facebook page, your sneak peek, like if there's specific questions that they have, tag them in that. Google the questions, YouTube the questions, like find resources to help answer those questions. This is super important for 2 reasons. First, we're educating people, we're not selling them. And second, nobody likes to be sold, or not second, but nobody likes to be sold on anything. So literally, we're just focusing them, which leads to them respecting you and developing a relationship. Second, during the education process, we're just going to continue to send them third-party tools. This piece is super important because as they see what you're doing, you're a person who's educating them by sending them information. They think to themselves, I can actually do this, right? It reinforces what they can do. All right, so we get on to our next step, step number 8, we sign people up, right? So you've done all of the work. Now is the time to sign them up. Here's how you do this part. Super, super simple. You've been talking to them, you've been talking to Joe, you've gone through all the things. It's like, listen, Joe, you'd be awesome at this business. Like you've been wanting to do something on your own. You have this amazing work ethic. You already went through, you did P90X, you had great results with it. Have you ever considered this? Like, what's holding you back, right? Like, let's get it out there. Let's ask them. And here's what I do in this, even more than have you ever considered, like, let's do it. And here's another thing. This isn't written in here. I actually have to make a note to put this in here. I want you to make this statement. I'm going to be here by your side 100%. You're not going to be going at this alone. Right? I'm going to be here with you. Our team is here to support you. We have the trainings. We have the tools. You're not going to be in this by yourself. You're going to be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Just writing this down here, guys, because I got to remember to put it in. And that goes in step number 8. All right, you guys following me with this? I know this is a lot. Thumbs up, you're following with me. What I want you to do after this is over, we're going to finish here, but I want you to go back. I want you to go through this step by step. Go through this, get yourself set up, and then it's attack time, it's go time. It's fourth quarter time. Best time to build this business, guys. Step number 9, this is the magic step. This is how you're going to build a business. This is how you're going to build a long-term sustainable business. The magic is in the repetition. Here's the part that most people fail at. They start but don't continue. The magic of this business, the part that's going to help you build a 6-figure income, if that's what you want, it's going to come down to 2 things. It's going to come down to, now you have this new coach who came in, teach them this system. Teach them this system and get them doing the same thing, especially during the fourth quarter, right? Just duplicate it, same exact thing. Have them watch this video. They can go right through this. This is all done. It's all laid out for you. Teach them this system. And then for you, never stop inviting 3 people a day, 3 to 5 people a day from your list. This is the part that most people stop at. They sign up 1 or 2 people and then they stop working, or they start working with those 1 or 2 people and then they stop inviting. Never stop inviting, guys. Never, never, never. It's also, this is just a video here kind of going through it. Does that all make sense, guys? Thumbs up, yes, no? I see a bunch of questions here. All right, email works, thanks.
Okay. Thanks for hanging on. I know it was kind of long, and I know it was kind of hard to see everything, but everything that he said is like, makes sense. It's not hard stuff. Like, I think we overcomplicate things, kind of like Danielle was talking about last week. We overcomplicate the business, and he basically simplified the opportunity presentation to everyone. It doesn't have to be presenting it to someone saying, do you want this, but presenting it, do you know of anyone? So I know for me, I'm guilty of not 3 to 5 per day, but I want to hold myself accountable with you guys that from here on out for the rest of the year or the rest of eternity of doing this. You know, that's one of the things I feel like we leave out, and I don't know why, because I'm in love with this business and I want to share it with people because I'm in love with it, and why wouldn't I want to share it? So I don't necessarily want to create another group because we always have lots of groups. Do we want a thread of holding each other accountable? Like, do you guys want to make the rest of this year? I mean, obviously still with the regular vital behaviors with, you know, our fitness and all that stuff. But I mean, everything he said obviously makes a lot of sense with end of the year and inviting to the opportunity and presenting it now as, and with our sneak peeks, I've tried to at the end reiterate that it is the perfect time to sign up, that you don't want to wait until the new year to sign up, because it's not necessarily too late, but you want to get on board before the rush starts. So sneak peek, do you guys want to do a 3-day one, the 16th, 17th, and 18th, which is this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Sunday one, maybe the 22nd? Oh, I didn't see the comments.
Just let me know, because I have certain people I'm like
targeted on.
Okay. Well, let's do the 16th, 17th, and 18th. Yeah. Yes. And we can bring UK possibles at that point, which will be
Just 2 days to wait.
right. So, and then we'll do the 22nd. Yeah. Okay.
Did you know they have their own business there?
What do you mean?
I'm friends with somebody from the UK, and it's just somebody from my cold market. Like she sent me a friend request, and I accepted it, and I did the thing where you start talking to them and getting to know them. And she asked me what I did for a living, and so I told her, and I asked her what she did, and she said, "Oh, we have something like that over here." And she didn't tell me the name of it, but she said we have supplements and we do workouts and stuff like that. And I was like, really? So it's not exactly the same, but she said it was kind of similar to what I said that I was doing.
Oh.
So I thought, well, then that's somebody that maybe I could invite. Maybe this would be a better opportunity, because I don't know how much she makes with it or anything.
Yeah. I'm curious to know what the name of it is.
I know, she never did tell me. And of course, I never thought to ask. I get skeptical about asking, because if I ask, then they think I'm interested in their business, and then all of a sudden I'm getting all these links sent to me. So
Oh.
something I was going to ask is, I have a girl that's going to sign up this month, and she's thinking about just doing the $40 way, and that's great. I mean, if she wants to sign up, but I keep reiterating to her, and I don't know what else I can say to her to make her understand that she's done Insanity, she's done Size, she's lost a ton of weight, she's drank the shakes, and she loves everything about it, but you can't, other than maybe your parents and your super, super close friends that trust you, you can't expect to go out there and make money from this by saying, yeah, I'm doing one of their workouts because it's the only DVD I have, and yes, I drank the shakes before and they're great. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to be a product of the product. And I feel bad because she was like, I'll just buy the challenge pack sometime later. I'm like, I'm sorry, hon, but coaches can't buy challenge packs.
Right.
And it's going to be way more expensive to buy the on demand and to buy the Shakeology. I mean, it's going to be over $200 for her, especially if she just gets it all at once. And I don't know what else I can say to her to make her understand that, she keeps using money as an excuse. And I'm like, if that's the case, then you say that you have 4 people lined up that are interested, and they're all, sign me up once you become a coach. Well, those 4 people will pay for your Shakeology. It will pay for all of that. And she's like, yeah, I see what you're saying, but it's like, I just don't know how to get her to do it that way. I feel bad. And for me, it's not about the points. I'm trying to save her money, because I can't see her paying the $40 fee, then buying $99 for on demand, and then buying $100, or $99 or whatever for Shakeology. That's just outrageous. So I don't know what else I can say to her to make her understand, that
maybe she's a visual person. Is there an infographic you can find or something?
Maybe that's it. Because I've had her in several of the sneak peeks to go over it again and to show her and stuff. And she says she gets it, but I'm like, I get the money thing. I mean, I kind of do, but I kind of don't, because I was like, it's a joke when I signed up, and I just did it. But I don't know.
The whole waiver thing. I mean, when people sign up, that $40 is just a wash. I can't imagine paying $40 for nothing. I mean, yeah, you get something in the mail. People never open. I still have the coach thing that I never because you do everything online.
I've never opened that up. Ever. It's still sitting downstairs in my basement.
So just, if you can say that $40 is just could be waived even if she did 140 of the
Yeah.
fitness program.
Yeah, I told her you don't even have to get the on-demand right now.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, she wants to be. I know there's requirements when you hit Success Club. You have to have well, you know what I'm saying. You have to be like an active coach, and you have to have so much things in order to get your leads or be qualified or whatever. I get that, and eventually she'll have to down the road. But I don't know. I was trying to save her money.
Yeah.
So, and she doesn't know about Success Club points or any of
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, and like I said, I don't care. Even if she signs up the $40 way, I'm still going to be excited because she's in love with this company and I think she'll do great. But
you can only tell her so many times, and if she wants to sign up for $40, then
yeah, I know.
what else, guys? Was that video helpful?
Yeah, I took a lot of notes, like 3 pages. I was writing down everything he was saying.
And it's good sometimes to get a guy's perspective too, because a lot of guys are just like so business oriented, and they're like, this is what you do, and that's duplicatable. Like all the stuff he said was easy to do. But anyway, I liked it when I listened to it, so I was like, I'm gonna share it. But
But I do think maybe an accountability group would be cool for the people who, I don't know, want to be held accountable.
Okay.
Because that's what I've been kind of doing with JL is when I send out massive invites and do follow-ups, I'll message her and be like, okay, this is everything I did today. So.
Okay. Well, we can do that for the rest of the year if you guys want, and anybody who wants to can, and if you don't feel bad. But I know for myself, I could use the accountability too. So, what else? Because we're at 9:00. But we should, in the next few weeks, have either Isabel Deichler or Darren O'Lean on our call. Not sure which one, but I reached out and was like, hey. And they acted like one of the two would get on with us. So I'll let you know if and when that happens. And what else? What else? You have Clean Week people that you want to add to our group. It's starting on the 16th. If they want to start afterwards, that's fine too. But obviously, the more people engaging, and I want to do a prize for the most accountable challenger. Something like I have a 22-minute hardcore unopened right here, so that might be something prize for some. Even though some people have on demand, but a lot of our new customers don't. They only have the Clean Week. So just so that people will be more engaged. Sometimes people are afraid to post when they first start a group, and we have a lot of, well, at least for myself, almost everybody that added to that group is brand new, and they've told me no bazillion times because of price. And they finally said, what, $29? Okay, sign me up. I'm excited. So I feel like the more engaged everybody is, the better experience they're going to have. The prize at the end is just icing on the cake, which will help them more accountable, which will probably help them achieve goals quicker. So anyway, that's just throwing that out there. I'll probably post that either Wednesday or Thursday. Just kind of spice the group a little bit. May as well. I mean, I'm not going to ever open this, because we have on demand. But
I have unopened programs too that I could send out if one of my people win. The people I have in there are people I'm excited because I have been inviting these people twice a month, every single month, the challenge groups. And as soon as I tell them the price, they're like, yes, this is perfect. So I'm hoping.
Really, JL? They're not ready.
I've gotten several no's too. Some people are like, no, not this month, this came up, or not that month. I felt like crap today. I invited one of my customers, and she's like, no, I'm sorry. We found my mother-in-law passed away this morning. I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like a butt.
You had no way of knowing.
You had no way of knowing?
No, she didn't even post about it. I was like, did I miss something? Because usually I'll go to people's profiles just to make sure there's nothing, you know, crazy going on. I don't want to seem inconsiderate.
Well, what we can do is if this go round, I can put a program out there, and then next go round, if we do another group, another Clean Week group or whatever, you can use one of your programs. We kind of alternate if anybody has anything. And I don't care if it's your person that I send it to, it doesn't matter. That way we can, I don't know, I think that's one thing I haven't done in a long time is incentivize showing up. Yeah. No. If you guys have anything else, I don't want to keep you. I know it's 9:03, so I won't keep you any longer. Unless you have anything else. All right. If you want to be on the picture for tonight and show your face, power couple. Robin Nicole. There she is. All right, cool. All right, on 3, guys. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, thanks, guys, for showing up. That post that I posted on the team page was completely just kidding around. It was just funny. Got on and I was like, I kind of feel like I'm disappointing you guys. But no, thanks for getting on. I know you could be doing a bazillion other things tonight, so I appreciate you joining tonight. And I hope that you got something out of the video. If y'all want something else, topic-wise, oh, thank you, Mayor. Topic-wise, next week, let me know. We'll discuss anything y'all want to talk about. And anyway, love you guys. Have an amazing rest of the week.
Bye.
See ya.